Our daily verse and our daily devotion. And our verse for today, Judges chapter 6 verse 12 to 16. When the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." "Pardon me, my Lord," Gideon replied. "But if the Lord is with us, why has all this happened to us? Where are all his wonders that our ancestors told us about when they said, 'Did not the Lord bring us up out of Egypt?' But now the Lord has abandoned us and given us into the hand of Midian." The Lord turned to him and said, "Go in the street and you have unsaved Israel out of Midian's hand. Am I not sending you?" "Pardon me, my Lord," Gideon replied. "But how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my family." The Lord answered, "I will be with you, and you will strike down all the Midianites, leaving none alive." Gideon had a low opinion of himself and his clan. His assumption was that if someone was to save Israel out of Midian's hand, then it must be someone of greater status than him and from a stronger clan than his. It never occurred to him that God may have selected him for the task precisely because of his low status and weak clan. God, however, seems to specialize in selecting what is low and of no account for the accomplishment of his purposes. He selected the Israelites as his chosen people, not because they were numerous, but because they were few. He chose David to be king of Israel, even though he has the youngest son in his family. 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 1 to 13. The apostles Peter and John were unschooled, ordinary men. Acts chapter 4 verse 13. Many more examples could be added to the list. The reason why God to often chooses what is low and of no account is so that the chosen will be more reliant on him, and through that reliance his glory will be magnified. God often chooses the foolish, weak, lowly, the despised, and the things that are not, so that no one may boast before him. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 26 to 29. If God were to exclusively choose those who are high and mighty, then they might be tempted to boast of their own abilities and take credit for any successes. If you are confronted today with a calling that seems beyond your status and abilities, then consider Gideon. It is God who makes us able, not we ourselves. In that God declared Gideon to be a mighty warrior before he ever accomplished anything. Our daily path. Our daily light on the daily path. Acts chapter 20 verse 19. Serving the Lord with all humility and with tears and with trials which came upon the plots of the Jews. Matthew chapter 20 verse 26 to 28. It is not this way among you, but whoever wishes to become great among you shall be your servant, and whoever wishes to be first among you shall be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life a ransom for many. Galatians chapter 6 verse 3. For if anyone thinks he is something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. Romans chapter 12 verse 3. For through the grace given to me, I say to everyone among you not to think more highly of himself than he ought to think, but to think so as to have sound judgment, as God has allotted to each a measure of faith. Luke chapter 17 verse 10. So you too, when you do all the things which are commanded you, see, we are unworthy slaves. We have done only that which we ought to have done. 2 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 12. For our proud confidence is this, the testimony of our conscience, that is holiness and godly sincerity, not in fleshly wisdom, but in the grace of God we have conducted ourselves in the world, and especially toward you. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 7. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, so that the surpassing greatness of the power will be of God and not from ourselves. May our God bless our reading and our daily fat and daily light, and our verse for today and our devotion. Please continue listening the good news, then continue read the Bible every day. We must our faith grow. Then don't forget to pray, because prayer is the best weapon for everything. Be blessed. Be grateful. And be humble. Be patient. May our God bless us always wherever we are. Thank you so much, guys.